Um, I want everybody to. We're trying to figure out who Brendon Paul really is. You know what? Just who is he? Where did he come from? What's his family background? You know what? Is he gonna flip on Diddy? Is he gonna be the first informant? You know what I mean, the first person to um tell on Diddy, not be a shine. All right, hold on one second, cause I got somebody that's gonna help us out. You know it's my girl, my friend. Yes, I am a tattletale. Okay, here we go. Let me make sure my arrow in the right spot, cause I be messing up. Here we go.
Hey, what's up, guys? Yo, wake up, wake up. Baby, the house of Diddy is falling down. Now, let's just say, didn't I tell you that the federal indictment charges were coming down? Didn't we tell you this was all happening? Well, baby, it looks like the first person on Diddy's team has been hit with a federal indictment. And, baby, it ain't nothing nice. It is felony charges. We'll talk about it in the beginning and the end. We're also going to talk about the way people close to Brendon, mainly Brendon's family, is telling him to flip, dip, do whatever he needs to do. On top of that, we got some behind the scenes information on who exactly Brendon is and why Brendon is saying, baby, you ain't doing me by shine, baby. Brendon's fine, upstanding family said, you ain't going to make an example out of our son, y'all. Let's get into this. We told you that federal indictments were coming down the road for Diddy and his team. We told you that the feds seemed to believe that there was some verifiable substance to Little Rod and his complaint. We told you.
And if y'all missed it last night, how about Blackburn joined the live last night? Yes, he did. Tyrone Blackburn was in the chat. Yes, he was. She'll tell you about it. Just hold on one second.
Told you that Diddy's team around him was going to start falling because they were going to start circling on the lower people, nipping at them heels, putting pressure on them, right? And that it was going to fall. And baby, the feds are doing it. Now, here's the interesting thing that people have been asking. Did Brendon actually flip? Because when he got arrested, he got two federal, when he got arrested, it was on 2 charges. They've officially charged him that he will be going to trial for only 1 felony. People, including TMZ, said Diddy is very worried because, baby, it looks like when they talk about flipping like pancakes and backpedaling, doing what he can, it looks like Diddy, the people below you are saying, baby, we ain't shine. I'm not trying to run for prime minister, believes, and baby, do with what you need to do. Here is his name, address, and here's all the footage. If you guys don't remember, a couple weeks ago, I actually showed footage of, that yacht trip in question with the girl Gracie that said that she was essayed by King Combs, Diddy's son. Well, there's actually footage of them docking and going on land in St. Tropez. It was Carisha, it was Chance, it was the twins, Diddy's 3 girls. Side note, they look like they did not like their new stepmommy, Carisha. And Carisha was just sitting there mute, trying not to rock the boat, literally thinking, when I become your stepmom, they ain't going to be any heaven, right? Let me actually I'm going to put that video on the screen. But why do I say this? Because everybody in that scene was taping Diddy. Diddy is an egomaniac. Diddy needed his ego stroked. I don't know why he was doing this, right? Maybe he thought he was doing God's work. The point is, baby, so many people got so much evidence on Diddy, and people are saying that Brendon is not going to be his next shine. But let's get into this. First of all,
and the reason she said that, y'all, is because Diddy let everybody videotape him. Everybody. They taped him, taped everything he did, every move he made. Ain't no telling how many videos out there, Diddy, y'all. Ain't no telling how many.
First of all, TMZ broke this, and baby, they trying to spin as best they could for their friends in Diddy's camp. You know, Harvey with TMZ is super tight with Sean Hawley, super tight. But let me tell you what he said. Then we're gonna break down what's really going on with this mofo. Then we're gonna address the rumors that, okay, y'all got the outline. Let's get into this. Also, it's YouTube, baby. Hit that like button when you come in. So also, I didn't want to actually say it, but you know I can't miss a time to brag. Did y'all know that Little Rod's lawyer stopped by my live last night? Little Rod's lawyer stopped by my live last night and cleared a couple things up. It was an epic 3-hour live. If you have to wash your hair, if this is wash day, clean, whatever, just ignore people. You mad at your man or woman, you don't got to talk to them. Put those headphones in until they apologize to you. The live was 3 hours. It was epic. I do want to say that Tyrone Blackburn actually popped in the live and actually dispelled a lot of stuff. He says, baby, he ain't never run a case. He hit them with the Cat Williams. 9 arrests, no convictions, knock it off. Jail and prison aren't the same. He literally said, baby, I never lost a case. And whatever they think they're talking about, that Sabrina Peterson shit, it's going to trial in December. So y'all can keep talking, but baby, the feds is who I'm using to answer. If you guys don't want to watch the whole 3-hour live, when this live is over, I'll chop up the part where he came and put it in like a 10-minute video. But baby, he joined the live. Tattletales, we out there. Okay, fine. Let me get into this, right? They said Brendon Paul's Diddy's assistant. Is there new news? Hold on. They said Brendon Paul's Diddy's assistant has been officially the first person with a federal indictment, and it is a felony charge. Now, if you guys don't know, it is a felony charge for rugs. What's the difference between a regular rug charge and a felony charge? Y'all want me to go into this now or later? Because, baby, this is serious business. Hold on. What's the minimum and maximums in a felony drug charge? I'm just making notes so I can figure out what's going on. Okay, let's get into this Diddy article. First of all, with TMZ, and then we're going to get into everything, baby. This is going to be an epic live. We were wondering who the first to flip on Diddy's going to be. Looks like it's going to be the white boy from Syracuse. I'm just saying, no shade to the white boys, but it looks like it's going to be that one. Anyway, Brendon Paul, they call him Diddy's assistant. I prefer to speak to him the way the feds might view him, or speak of him the way Little Rod knows him, as Diddy's drug mule. Okay, Brendon Paul, Diddy's assistant, even though the only thing he assisted in was carrying those gummies and everything else, right? His alleged blank mule. For the record, Diddy does maintain his innocence. I'm sure Brendon Paul maintains his innocence. Everybody says this is one big misunderstanding. And the mean, nasty people, according to Charlemagne the God, on YouTube and social media, being mean to Diddy. Nothing's going on. Anyway, read the disclaimer. You know how it works. He says he's innocent. We're going to see. I believe the victims until I see something in court. And Little Rod is vowing is going to go to court. Diddy's associate, Brendon Paul, has been charged with one felony count of drug possession, and it could spell trouble for Diddy. Even TMZ, as much as they want to spin this, they know this ain't good. Because again, for those of y'all that know, and I know all y'all know because we've been following this case together, he was arrested and hit with 2 charges. Both those charges, they found possession. They found the necessary amount. How did it go from 2 charges down to 1? Now, maybe you got the best lawyer in the world. Or maybe, just maybe, you're saying you're not going out like Shine. Interestingly enough, I also checked Diddy and Shine's Instagram. Let me give credit to where it's due, because this is actually some real tea. Interestingly enough, I checked their Instagram. Who said this to me? Okay then, on Insta. Thank you for looking out for your girl. Listen, Diddy was following Brendon and vice versa, but they both unfollowed each other. And Brendon has now made his page private. On top of that, Brendon went from 2, right? 2, when he got arrested, it was 2 felony charges. They officially indicted him on 1 felony. That means 1 felony charge went away, just to let you guys know.
I wonder if he flipped on Diddy. That's what we was thinking, that he flipped on Diddy. He told something. I think he cut a deal. And y'all, I want to give a shout out to Tisa Tales. A big shout out, and I think y'all should follow her. She is great. Great, great. This ain't the 3 hour live though. That was last night. And it was great. I watched it this morning. But anyway, it was great. Alright, I'm going to, and she makes Tisha, she is the funniest thing, I tell you. But here's some more of her video.
When it comes to felony, minimal penalties can go up to 8 years. Again, we don't actually know what we actually don't know if Brendon has any priors that could actually play into it. I haven't run a background check on him, so that's assuming he has a clean record. One charge is enough. And ain't nobody, Shine, I don't know what was wrong with him, but he decided to do 10 years in prison for Diddy. That's what the streets are saying. Baby, Brendon is from Iowa, wherever. You know his parents are like, that baby is not doing one day. And I wouldn't either. Baby, you better sing like a canary. Okay, anyway. So, Brendon, a former Syracuse men's basketball player who worked as Diddy's main assistant. Main assistant? I thought KK was your main assistant. Now all of a sudden, you have an official role, even though everybody knows that you were carrying the gummies. There's text messages Little Rod says he has. There's all this stuff about what Brendon's also job. Now, I find it odd that now that federal indictments are being handed out, all of a sudden everybody got an official role. I'm waiting to see what Daphne, Jade, and Young Miami's official role was. And baby, being a girlfriend does not mean you can just get wire transfers without claiming it. Anyway, he was arrested in March at the Miami Apalosa, I don't know. Y'all know how to pronounce it. Executive Airport after feds raided the plane. They made it sound like, at first TMZ made it sound like they just walked up to Diddy and was like, oh, maybe we talked to you a few minutes. I told you they raided that plane. And you know that footage where Diddy was pacing around outside looking scared, happy, excited, sad, miserable, and angry all at the same time, and looking like he had tears in his eyes, like he was freaking out. You know why that was? Because after they raided the plane, they found Colombian dancing dust and Mary Jane candy, right? And the Mary Jane candy was laced with Colombian dancing dust. Baby, he liked the party. He liked the boogie. Okay? Now, when that happened, it's interesting enough to know that they also took the family that Diddy was with. I believe it was Quincy, the twins, Chance, KK, Brendon, and maybe a few other people. They took them into the airport hangar or whatever lounge, questioned them separately for hours, and Diddy was pacing outside, not knowing to be happy, scared, excited. He didn't know whether to run, jump, hide, spin around, bang on the door, scream for, cry for his mama, or scream to the heavens for some mercy. He was going through it. He was tight. Okay, that's that video. Remember I told y'all what was going on? And even though TMZ was like, there were no arrests made, baby, being detained for hours and hours and hours, right? The only difference is in an arrest, you leave with charges. Everybody else was detained for hours. Even back in Los Angeles, what's his name? King Combs and Misa's son, Justin. They were detained for so long, being questioned, that they didn't. Justin returned to the residence, I believe, at 10:30 p.m. at night. They got raided at like high noon, 1 or 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Pacific Standard Time. They kept Justin so long that he didn't get to the residence at 10:30. They have video of when he got to that house, baby. He was like, there's some spirits in this house. He ran to that house, grabbed whatever luggage, packed up. He ain't been to that house later. When he left, then Christian, King Combs, was also released, ran to the house. Listen, they had him even longer. And don't forget, Justin had already left the house. Justin left the house with his luggage like around 12:30. Christian showed up after that, right? I'm guessing they were questioning all that time, grabbed his ish with his girlfriend, and he left. Unlike Justin that is sitting keeping a very low profile. Christian is like kikiing and flossing and kissing up on his girlfriend on Snapchat. Baby, I guess you.
Y'all know Christian, he's just like his daddy. He's just like Diddy, shoot. He's not letting it phase him because he's so used to Diddy getting him out of everything. So he's thinking that's going to help. It's going to help again. But we're going to see. We'll see. We will see. All right. Hold 1 second.
You facing charges of partying, drugging people, doing this and that, and you pouring, showing your girl getting tequila poured down her throat, and you just, I guess. Anyway, let's get back to Brendon. So that was happening in LA. So meanwhile, in Miami, Brendon was arrested and taken into custody at the same time the feds were raiding Diddy's Miami and LA mansion. Now, when he was taken into custody, right, they arrested him because they're like, Little Rod told us about you and everything Little Rod put in his lawsuit. We'll wait to see whether these charges stick. But it looks like the feds said, yeah, he was holding stuff. He did have felony possession. He does look like he's a blank mule. Anyway, right? And then they questioned everybody else, and Diddy was just pacing, watching his life falling apart. They said the 25-year-old, this man's only 25, who was extremely close to Diddy. Baby, you know what that means. No. Everybody with Diddy got to take a knee. I'm just saying. Extremely close to Diddy, and was privy to Diddy's comings and goings, pled not guilty. That's a shocker. I do want to say something. I don't know anybody, and I mean anybody, right? And I mean anybody that at this point, right? I don't know anybody at this point who actually pleads guilty to anything. I mean, would you? The only time I see people plead guilty is when they have an actual plea deal. And I just want to correct something for you guys. This is a side note. I'm about to get to the story, but let me cook for a second. You know, Popcorn Planet had Diddy's alleged madam on their thing. And I had a lawyer on with me, Affy from Black Letter Law, and we were saying, yeah, she got an amazingly good deal. Because based off what we saying, we said it sounds like she flipped, and ain't no shame. I wouldn't be going down for any guys. No. Like, please get out of here. Like, my mama, family, everybody need me. They who else is gonna make the charcuterie board for Thanksgiving and Christmas? My family needs me. I'm indispensable. My charcuterie board like slaps every Thanksgiving, every Christmas. Everybody's mad at me because they fill up on my charcuterie board and nobody got an appetite for the meal. But baby, that's what it is when you can artistically arrange delights from Trader Joe's. Anyway, we were saying, yo, it seems like she flipped. Everybody wanted to come in the comments. No, my husband, my boyfriend, my sister, they got charges and they didn't flip. But you forget what she actually said. She said that the reason they reduced it is because there were issues with the search warrant. They went to the wrong house, got the wrong thing. And we both said that sounds like fruits from a poison tree. When the search warrant is violated or corrupted in some way, and there are mistakes, anything that is found in that search is no longer admissible in court. So you either get all the charges thrown out because she said all the evidence was found from the search warrant, or you have to go to court. But you don't get to pick and choose. Oh, okay, well, we went. No. It's fruits from a poison tree. The search warrant was effed up. That means in a perfect world, you should have never been there. That means anything you found in the raid, anything, common legal thing, cannot be used. So I get it. Your sister, your mother, your cousin, your brother, in court, once charges have been, yeah, y'all found a good lawyer, y'all got it down. But when it comes to search warrants, it's either legal or it's not. And if there's a huge mistake, that means you guys should have never been able to collect evidence. You cannot pick and choose what evidence you bring to court. It's fruit from a poison tree. Anyway, I just wanted to say that, right? Anyway, let me get into this. Okay, so anyway, here's the thing. Now, some people are saying, let me get back into this, because some people are saying that it doesn't sound like Brendon has flipped yet. However, he does have a reduced charge, which could just be anything. And listen to the way the lawyer's talking. But it is safe to assume that Diddy's camp is paying for Brendon's lawyer. So at this point, he's been officially charged. The first indictment. This is now a skillful dance. I have it on good authority that Brendon Paul is like, if you don't give that Ninja Turtle up and come back home, right? Brendon's family is very supportive of Brendon doing whatever he has to do to make sure that he avoids all jail time and he can recover from this.
Sorry.
At 25, he can move on. Okay? Diddy's team, I would assume, is worrying to make sure that Diddy can do what he needs, because Diddy's the one paying them, and that's the person they serve. Okay? And again, if someone else is paying your lawyer, that might be the biggest blessing from heaven, or it might be a tether. It might be a tether to hell. Anyway, they said Brendon, who was extremely close to Diddy and was privy to Diddy's comings and goings, pled not guilty. His lawyer, Brian Bieber, who we assume is being paid by Diddy, because we all know Diddy's cheap and Brendon don't got enough money to pay for a lawyer, not on these charges, tells TMZ, we will be dealing with this case in the courtroom, not in the court of public opinion. Baby, you can't deal with this in the court of public opinion. Even when the first person is indicted, y'all still trying to dunk on Little Rod and Cassie and all these victims? We're going to be dealing with it in the search room, in the courtroom. I know the feds sat there and said, Roger, copy that. They probably rolled their eyes and said, see you there, neighbor. Y'all gets home safe now. Literally, I know the feds rolled their eyes like, okay. Anyway, now TMZ says, we have extensively reported Diddy is in the crosshairs of the feds. He's being investigated for blank trafficking, illegal blank possession, and other alleged crimes. Mind you, they took off, but when they first reported it, they said blank trafficking, drug trafficking. And now all of a sudden, they're like other various alleged crimes. That's what I mean about these media outlets. You got to pay, and I know y'all busy saving the world, doing what you do, worrying about, it's my job to pay attention to this. But it's amazing the way even TMZ, they're, in my opinion, they're crafting whatever narrative they can to make Diddy look like just a little bit better, and various others. So now that Brendon got hit with the...
Yeah, also, we have to watch TMZ, because TMZ is you can, they pay for stories. They pay you. Or if somebody want PR, they can call TMZ and say, look, I'm going to be coming out such and such, and when you come, I want you to ask this question. They'll come, you ask that question. I mean, you know, so when you come out, they run around you, make it look like you're so important, and they need to know this, they need to know that, if y'all can understand what I'm trying to say. But TMZ is like, in my opinion, paid for, allegedly. You just can't believe them. Nope, I don't. They may give you a subject, but as far as how the story goes, that's a different thing. Don't believe everything TMZ say, in my opinion.
With the first indictment, right? Officially, the first indictment. Now, all of a sudden, it's going to be dealt with in the courtroom. And he's charged with human trap, this, that, and some other charges. Were any of those rug trafficking? Maybe. I don't know. Let's move on. Okay, TMZ. The wild card. Now, here's the thing. People say they don't know if Brendon flipped, but TMZ even knows something's going on, because you know that's one thing. They might be cool with Diddy's team and doing a solid favor. Maybe they believe Diddy's innocence. I don't know. I believe Diddy is not innocent. We're going to have to wait for a court of law. So maybe this is just purely them thinking, I don't think this mofo did it. But you know, TMZ is all about those clicks and baits. Here's the thing we need to pay attention to. They said the wild card now is Brendon Paul. The feds are clearly not eyeing this as a major crime, but they're now in a position to offer Brendon Paul a deal, possibly dropping or reducing the charges in return for cooperation in the Diddy case. Stay tuned. Even they know what's up. I know some people said I was crazy. I know some people said that I was talking my ish. But did I not say the pieces were going to start falling in? And I know people say, okay, lucky guess, but baby, where's your lucky guess? Not y'all, but the people in the back. I know we guess it. We there. Now, here's the difference between felony and regular rug charges. Felony rug charges are far more serious offenses, including the possession, distribution, manufacturing, or trafficking of controlled substances. Felony rug charges typically involve larger quantities of rugs, repeat offenses, or, drumroll please, involvement in drug trafficking networks. Should we rewind that? Look, why not? Because what else are we doing? Involvement with rug, again, let's go. They typically involve larger quantities for people being like, oh my God, he didn't even have that much. Okay. Repeat offenses. Again, we have not gone into Brendon Paul's criminal history. I don't know. He looked like, one of the stars of like that basketball video. What is it? That basketball show, Hoosiers, right? He looked like one of the boys that was like the point guard on Hoosiers or whatnot, but maybe he is like criminal, right? Maybe he got a long history, or involvement in blank trafficking networks. The penalties for felony drug charges are more severe than those for misdemeanor drug charges and can include lengthy prison sentences, substantial fines, and other serious consequences. Felony blank charges can have long-lasting effects on a person's life, including difficulty finding employment, housing, and other opportunities due to the felony conviction on their neighbor thing. That's another thing. I don't think he graduated from Syracuse, but if you didn't, I hope your family don't need student aid, because we already know if you got a felony blank conviction, you can't even get student aid anymore. You got to pay cash out your pocket. I'm just saying, and it don't look like that he paid that much. Now listen, I prepared a little PowerPoint presentation because a lot of people have been asking, who exactly is Brendon Paul, right? Because I thought about it. I don't know much about him, except for the fact that if you hang around Diddy, maybe you have a low moral compass. That came into my mind. And I've heard things here and there. But again, people have done deep dives, and we have assembled a lot to talk about what actually is going on, right? Listen, here we go. Let's go. Let me get into this. Tanky, really quick before I do the PowerPoint presentation where we dive into depth, Brendon Paul, who he is, what his family is, where he came from. And like, baby, he's flipping like a pancake. His family, I've heard 100% is like, that mofo, that Ninja Turtle Diddy is going to be okay. You better save yourself, boy. I really honestly do think, and I have it on good authority, that his family wants him to do everything he can to secure his freedom, his innocence, and making sure that this, whatever is going on with Diddy, does not follow and ruin him. This boy is 25 years old. He's only lived at most a quarter of his life. Do you see what I'm saying? At most, he's lived a quarter of his life. His family wants him. Diddy is only worried about himself. Again, if I was Diddy, I would be very worried for a couple of things. One, right? We saw what you even did to King Combs. If you guys don't know, Tyrone Blackburn, who was on our live yesterday, said that he usually gives his clients 3 to 6 months to answer or for negotiations, okay? If the client is not down with it or whatever, the opposing counsel, then he moves the file. But they always have warnings that it's coming. That means that our first assumption that Christian's case and all this stuff could have been avoided if Diddy had just not gotten a yacht that summer, because I think his charter yacht is $300,000 a week. Not gotten a yacht that summer, sold some of his old clothes, asked a millionaire friend for a thing. He could have kept Christian out of this, and he could have settled quietly about Christian. He chose not to, right? He could have given Justin and Christian a heads up, like, maybe we should get y'all a little rental property, because these properties might get raided. There were rumblings for a while, and I think I was one of the first people to break them, if not the first person to break it on YouTube when everybody said it was crazy that Diddy was being investigated by New York State, New York City, and not just the feds, but the Department of Homeland Security as investigations. I was the first person to say he had Bobby Sternum as attorneys and Sean Hawley. I was the first person to actually say, right? You call me a liar. I was the first person to actually say he was being investigated by the same unit that brought down El Chapo, Ghislaine Maxwell, Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epelator, all this stuff. Go check the timestamps. You ain't gonna find Nan blog or YouTube that did not say, yo, Diddy just added Sean Hawley and Bobby Sternum. Diddy just added Alec Baldwin's lawyer on Russ. Diddy just did this. Diddy just did that. I was the first person to actually go. They said it was crazy, right? So now we see everything falling into a row. We see the way Diddy, I understand what everybody was saying, that I was just making up shit, because it defied logic that a father would do this to his son, put his sons and his family in the situation for when a mofo was just asking for $50,000 and publishing rights. Your arrogance bought this on it. It defies logic. But at the end of the day, it played out exactly the way I said it was going to play out. On top of that, right, Tyrone Blackburn joined the chat and confirmed a few things. He's doing his media rounds now. Okay, great, right? But at the end of the day, I think Brendon saw what Diddy did to his own kids. And that's why TMZ is like, let's keep a close eye on it. Because these charges can put him away for 8 years. And baby, I don't care what they say. You don't want to be at 25, 8 years in the jail. I don't know what Diddy had you doing, promising one day you was going to get some beats and, do your Metro Boomin. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Okay, so we're about to get into the PowerPoint presentation. Let me just say thank you to everybody that's been looking out for me. Tanika Brown.
Okay, I'm going to skip that, y'all. And I'm going to go ahead and go over to what we're about to watch, because she has a lot in the chat. Wait a minute. Okay. Yeah, because I wouldn't want to be 25 going in to prison either. I'm trying to tell you. Let me see. Because I didn't like some of it. I didn't. There it is. Here we go. We're trying to find out who Brendon Paul really is. We want to know who he is. So, okay, got it. Okay. Uh-oh. Y'all know I'm tripping, right? Okay. Wait a minute. It's coming back.
And baby, I don't care what they say. You don't want to be at 25, 8 years in the jail. Lord, I don't know what.
Help me, Jesus. Y'all bear with me, please. I'm trying to skip over so it won't be going so long.
Friends with Bill Clinton.
Okay, we're gonna get it.
Would you do this?
Okay.
So much to lose.
All right. Okay, I'm about to turn it around and let it rip. All right. Thank y'all for standing there with me. Please subscribe, y'all. I'm almost there. I'm getting so happy. But let me turn it around and see where we at. Let me see.
Emotionally, mentally, money-wise. Why? Because this is why people always have to come out with the fears. It is an evolutionary need to be seen and to be heard. That is the basis of love, comfort, and acceptance. It's also the basis of shame, fear, rejection. The light and the dark of humanity comes from that. So what does that have to do with Diddy? Carisha, I do believe that Diddy got a taste for these violent delights. A real taste. Hurt people. I believe at one point he was a freak off victim. And I think whatever he went through, in my mind, was so devastating that he regained his power by doing that to people below him. It's almost like with slavery, right? The slave owner does this, but then you can treat the people below you like this and this and this and this. Again, the cycle of abuse is a very clear one. Okay, especially
Here
with
we
some of
go. I'm
the
gonna skip. I'm sorry. I had to skip.
what's going on. Listen
All right.
to this.
Here
All
we
right.
go.
What is it?
So who was Brendon Paul, the young man that got arrested at the Miami airport? He used to play basketball for Syracuse, and now he's in a very compromising position because of his relationship with Diddy. As you know, there's a lot of court documents that are dropping online that you can read details about a lot of scandals that Diddy was involved in. But it's sad because this young man was working with Diddy on the new album, and he was involved. So now that we know more of Diddy's personality,
Really quick. Tawanda, thank you so much. Tawanda, wait, what is it? Tawanda one. Ramos, Miss Ramos, thank you so much. She said, everybody stop what they're doing, hit the like button. If you guys are watching some playback, I would appreciate if you guys can if you can sub, hit those notifications.
Yeah, please hit my
I do have memberships.
subscribers.
I'm going to start doing something special for my members, but hit that like button. The like patrol is in the chat. I know that's right. Let's keep going.
it only makes you question, what was Diddy really making this young guy do? And it's sad because the young guy comes from a good family and he has every opportunity. He was a basketball player at Syracuse, and I'm sure that because of fame and everything that Diddy was offering, he thought that this was his chance to get into the industry. And I'm sure that this kid is no longer a kid anymore. He's been exposed to many things, and it's a really sad story. But now this kid is going to be the fall guy, and he's going to be going to prison for things, and it's just a sad story.
Bitch, what are you saying? Diddy got a...
She had me cracking up. I just got to show y'all this one thing, and then we go get back to the discussion. But she is... So this was Meta Cowboy. And again, why did I bring this up? Because this is how you know Diddy is sunk. Baby, Charlemagne tried to, and I get it, right? Whenever anything is talked about in blogs, they want to act like it's not important, this and that. The fact that this Diddy mess has jumped over across all demographics, jumped into Asian circles, Haitian, Puerto Rican, Asian, Haitian, but also into the right, into, of course, white channels, but also I don't want to say alt-right, but y'all know the ones I'm talking about, right? The ones that are still going to town over Jeffrey Epelator. And that Diddy, I hope you guilty, because you ain't never, you gonna die like LOJ. They ain't never, ever, 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 ever gonna let this go. Because just like Jeffrey Epstein, you have become, and again, when you look at what Jeffrey Epstein was doing, baby, was it not what Diddy was doing? Was it not? The only difference is the girls look like Cassie instead of that other girl. But was it not? Baby, if any of this is true, you ain't beating this at all. You will forever be a pop culture lexicon. And not in a good way. And not in a good way. So listen to this, though. This girl had me dying, cracking up. Also, as we age, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you, as we age. Okay, so let's get into this. This is the last one. You guys gotta listen to it because I find her so humorous. Hold on.
It's just a sad story.
Okay.
Bitch, why they saying Diddy got a fucking mule? You know the mule that be kept?
This one, what's the name thing? It's the essence of it. 7. THE and then essence ESSENCE of it 7. That's her handle. Okay, let's go.
Carrying the shit to get from one place to another place. Yeah, they saying he got one of them, and they just got his ass in Miami, child. Now here is a throwback picture of them being together. Now being someone's mule is fucking crazy. We all be watching the criminal shit, Law and Order, SVU, Criminal Minds. We watch all that, right? Even Queen of the South. I loved that show. Shout out to fucking Pote. But why would you want to do that? That stuff exploding people, and you can easily let that shit explode. But then again, is he really that though? Or they trying to get him to get Diddy? Think big, bitch. But anyways, child, they took his ass into custody in Miami on that sugar and auction, bitch. That's what it was. Now, at this time, it is unclear if the arrest and the raids are connected, but with his TV shares to an anonymous.
Okay, anyway, I have
nothing but
to
giving.
cut this off because she's hilarious, but I just realized I'm on live and she is cursing up a star. Mama can't lose her checks. My mom's already saying, since we don't be doing anything, you just do it for yourself. Anyway, right? But yeah, listen, at the end of the day, what y'all think? I think Diddy is done. I think Diddy is cooked. I 100% believe that Brendon Paul will flip on Diddy. He is a fool not to. He is the first.
All right, y'all. I think I'm gonna end the live right here. We've covered everything. There's nothing else to say. I want to thank y'all so much. Y'all know I love you. Please hit that subscribe button and that like button and take me on up. Take me on up. I appreciate you so much. And I'll be back a little later. Thank you so much. I love y'all. Good night.